Hey guys, hey ladies. Sherb Karma's thing asked me to do this one, and it's one that is going to come up time and time again. Handball. Now, his pet hate was, we did a video recently about things that shippers do that annoy you, and his pet hate was this is when the shippers don't put handball on the job. So, what's I taking this? Well, first of all, we're courier drivers. So it is to be expected that somewhere in the game you may be asked to do a bit of handball. You know, it's a bit like if you work in an office and there's no milk in the fridge, they might, can you go down the shop and get some milk? You might be the managing director, but you might want to go down the shop and get some milk. My mate Mr. Green, who owned the shop, was always the first one there, would sweep the floor in the morning, sweep the floor in the evening, first one in, last one to leave, multi-millionaire. So to be expected, I don't know, that's neither here nor there, it's to be expected that there will be some handball. The question is, you know, how much and what is acceptable. So basically, if you get to a job and, hang on a second, yeah, sorry, where was we? Yeah, so it's basically, you're going to expect, you should be expected to have some. If you turn up to a job, basically, if there is handball on the job, the shipper should put it on the job. You know, please quote for handball. Or it should say moving 40 boxes, moving 60 boxes, that kind of thing. The thing is, the shipper doesn't always know. Because what might happen is his customer might go, right, I need a medium wheelbase fan in here. And they'll go, okay, put on medium wheelbase fan. You turn up in your medium wheelbase fan. There's 200 boxes to move from the storage out the back. So there's no point ringing the guy up and going, you give me this job, you never mentioned it. You mind what you do, be polite. Ring them up and go, right, I've just got to the job. Just to let you know, there's 200 boxes here. And I'm going to have to move them into my van. And they'll probably go, right, okay, I'll ring my customer and we'll sort it out. Normally you go, what do you want me to do? And they'll go, just get it done, we'll sort it out later. So then you've got to go, well, what is reasonable? Now, the way it kind of works with a handball is exactly the same kind of way it works with waiting time. So if you're in sort of like, you basically can charge them the money that you would have lost if you'd have been running. So if you're in a small van, you might only get £15 an hour. If you're in a Luton van, you might get £25 an hour, but you can go, right. And I always say, expect some handball. Don't just turn up and like go, oh, there's 4 boxes here. Didn't mention handball, I'm going to have to pay me some more money. Try and be sensible. I mean, we always give 20 minutes free waiting time or 20 minutes loading time when we get to a job and 20 minutes unloading time when we get to the other side of the job, factored in on the price, because you're going to expect to do some of it. But if it's unreasonable, if you turn up and there's a load of boxes that need moving, then ring them and go, look, there's a load of boxes here that need moving, this wasn't mentioned. And also, if it turns out that they have to be moved up in a lift or they have to move down in a lift, alternatively, because what has happened before, we've turned up at places and the guy's gone, yeah, no, you've got to move that, that's got to go under the tunnel, up 3 flights of stairs and along a bit, and ours gone, no it don't, it's a pallet, it's curbside delivery, no you've got to do it mate. He said, okay, no problem, what I'll do is I'll ring in and I'll tell them that I've gone and done it, so I've got to do it. So then he rung in to the shipper rung the customer rung the 4 guys that were telling him you had to move these pallets and gone, lads, you lazy, get them pallets moved. It wasn't down to him at all. It was down to them on site. So handball is a tricky one, but expect some. It is par for the course. If it's just a little bit, I would say just swallow it. If it's a mess and you haven't quoted for it in the price, then ring the shipper and go, look, I've just to inform you, there's a lot of handball, it wasn't mentioned, you're going to have to stick me some more on the job. And also try and get them to stick some more on the job as soon as possible, and don't close the job down until, if you've agreed an increased price, don't close the job down until you've agreed the price, because once you close the job down, it's very difficult. You can already at your end, it might mess around with their accounts department. Kind of hope that helps, guys. I've got a bit of handball on board, I'm waiting for a little bit more, but then it has been factored into the price. In fact, I might be waiting here for another hour and a quarter. That's been factored into the price too, because I have to take care and take money.